Something I noticed lately, I've been watching the market, real estate, and I've been getting calls from investors whose properties are incomplete. They didn't have enough money to finish them. They may be short sales because they owe more money than the property's worth at this point. And I'm seeing this not only just calls coming into me, but in the market on the MLS. I've been looking at investment properties because that's a lot of what we do at MQA. And there's more and more unfinished, incomplete properties on the market right now than I've seen in years, in a very long time. And these properties are not worth what they're asking for the property. And so that tells me a couple things. One, the property was probably bought at too much of a higher cost than it should have. The contractor they hired wasn't able to perform. So now they are underwater with the property. And one of three things will happen. One, they can get a short sale from the lender. Two, they'll be foreclosed upon. Or three, they'll have to bring money to the table. And I'm dealing right now with three of these properties that just happened in the last 7 days. And what's really important is that when you're acquiring investment properties, that you really buy them at the right number, that you have somebody in your corner who understands the industry in and out, understands investment numbers, understands what the cost of the renovation is going to be. In some cases, people bought these properties and thought they would get them done for like $70,000. So at least $120,000 to do that renovation. I'm not a contractor, but I've been doing this a long time, and I know what the numbers are. In fact, people are using old numbers from several years ago. Talked to a client yesterday. I asked them what their new construction numbers are. $150 a foot to build, and they can do it pretty inexpensively compared to others because they're actually the builder. So really need to be diligent about when you're acquiring properties, what the ARV is, and really, really understand the inventory and what needs to be delivered in that marketplace. So this one I'm dealing with right now, it's a pretty big house. Most houses in the area that are being flipped are 2 bedrooms, maybe 3. This is like a 4 bedroom plus house. And so the ARV has to be so much higher, and it's not going to sell. It's just a big waste, and a waste for everybody involved, and a waste for the market. So I'm also seeing and getting calls from more and more expireds that were on the market last year and they didn't sell. And we specialize in this. I've been doing expired listings since 2006. So a very long time. I know exactly what needs to happen to have those properties repositioned in the market. And it's always not about price. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Most of the times, they're not marketed right. The price may or may not be right. But there's a lot of missing key elements when I just even take a first glance at it, even before I do, the numbers. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just about getting the property under contract. It's about getting it to the finish line. So having a trusted advisor is critical in today's environment. So you're not one of those people who's calling me saying, I'm underwater on this property, and then having to bring extra money to the table. So something that I'm going to be watching very closely. I also noticed that there's more inventory this year than there was last year, about 12% more, and there's not 12% more sales. So that's also telling of the market. So if you are in the market of buying and selling real estate, you have to look really closely at this stuff and make sure you have a trusted advisor on your side.